Hey boys and girls, it's grubby looking outdoor Jeff. No judgment here. It's a Saturday. I'm enjoying some alcoholic beverages and smoking some food out on my deck. I'm having a great time. We're doing some, pop this open here and show you folks, doing some baby back ribs in there. I just pulled a sausage out, which my wife eats. I don't touch sausage. I get deathly sick from that. But it looks and smells phenomenal. But I wanted to update you all on the pepper project. So where we left off, the stuff in the ground was looking pretty sad. The stuff in the pots looking phenomenal in the grow bags and all. What has changed since then? Well, not a whole lot. Stuff in the ground still looks pretty small and sad. Some of it is perking up, like this yellow starfish here. We got some perking up, little plants here perking up. Other ones look sad and yellow. Not much going on. Stuff in the grow bags, boom, phenomenal. We ain't growing in the ground next year. That's all I got to say. But I wanted to fill you folks in too on a little something I'm working on. Little project I got going on here on top of the just taking care of the peppers and growing them and everything and making sure the plants are healthy. I got a little worried this past weekend. We had a tropical storm come through and not a lot of place to put all these pepper plants here. As you can see, they're doing phenomenal. Look at grow bags. Look at these things. The jungle. I got a jungle on my front steps and grow bags. It's incredible. So we had a tropical storm come through. Everything survived. Everything looked great. I was really happy. So no complaints there. No snap plants with the wind and heavy rains and all. Had a little bit of flower dropping from the rains, but nothing bad. So one of the things I wanted, again, going back to what I wanted to fill you in on, a little project I got going, a little side project I have going on. I am going to try and create. I've watched people do it. A lot of the professional chili growers do it, and I've studied how. I've examined this top to bottom. I'm going to try to create a new strain of pepper. First time I've tried to do it. I know how to do it. It is easier said than done. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of meticulous work, but you need parent plants. You need two flowering plants. One just about to bloom. You got to catch it just the right time to open up the flower to get the stamen out of one, which is the little center piece that sticks out. Giggity, no pun intended. That's you need that off of one, and you need an open pollinated flower off another, and you cross pollinate, and you do the same thing, one to the other, and then the other to the other one. Because you might get different results, depending. It really varies, strain to strain, plant to plant. It varies, and you're not going to know this year either. That pepper is going to grow out looking like the normal pepper that comes off that plant. You're not going to see anything different. What's different? The seeds inside of it. Those seeds inside that pepper. So you got to isolate that pepper. You have to mark it. You have to know exactly which pepper. Make sure nothing else pollinates it. You got to close it off with a plastic bag. Make sure nothing else gets to it. And that particular pepper will contain the seeds that have that genetic trait from the cross-pollination. You take those seeds next year, boom. Potentially, you can create a new strain of pepper. I know there's a lot of fancy terms out there that, phase 1, 2, whatever. I mean, whatever. You created a new strain of pepper either way. And that's what I'm consistently looking for, something I can regrow, create something different, and take those seeds again and create that exact same pepper again with replication. That's what I'm looking for. And I'm not going to go into yet exactly what I have crossed. I will tell you, it's two brutally hot peppers. brutally hot peppers. And I don't ask me why I'm doing this. It was just done as a challenge for myself, I think, because I'm not trying to make the next hottest pepper in the world or anything like that. Now, by no means, I don't exactly know how to do that, and that's not what I'm setting out to do. So don't get any misperception. I am creating a brutally hot pepper between two different strains of pepper. And if all is successful and all works and it reproduces and it creates what I think it will create, that pepper will be called the Poltergeist. I don't know if it's going to work. This is my first attempt at doing it. I tossed the idea around in my head with a lot of different strains of peppers. What could I cross with what? What can I make? Blah, 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 blah. I had to look at what was doing good this year out of my crop and say, well, this is going to be the most interesting thing I could make out of what's doing good this year. Are there a lot of other things I'd like to try? Sure, absolutely. I'd like to cross a lot of other peppers, but I'm not looking to, put myself on the map or, be the next, Ed Curry who created the Carolina Reaper. I'm not looking to be anybody like that. But I like to leave a little legacy behind me. Hey, Jeff made that. Jeff made that pepper. So if all goes well and it works and it proves itself, I'll be happy to reveal more details later on what I crossed and how I did it. But for right now, I'm going to keep that under wraps. And just remember, if it works, it will be called the Poltergeist pepper. And that probably gives you a little hint right there on what one of the peppers are. So anyway, that's it, boys and girls. We had a rough past week. We went from 90s to brutal heat and humidity to pouring rain, tropical storm. It's been a rough week on people and plants. So I'm happy to be out here today, and the sun's shining. It's not too hot. It's a nice, comfortable day. It's very comfortable out here. I did a little work with my plants this morning. I got some food going in the smoker. I'm really excited about that. That's a new adventure for me, smoking food. My wife ended up getting a good deal online on a smoker, and I knew a little bit about them, and between that and some help from a buddy at work who is an avid smoker. He owns a really nice setup, and he's given me a lot of pointers, a lot of tips, and props to him. I appreciate all his help. And so far, the stuff I made have come out pretty good. Need a little tweaking with timing and temperatures and all that, but that's all stuff that comes with experience. I mean, this is probably literally the third or fourth time I've used it, so I can't complain. It's I'll tell you, tasting the food that comes out of there, I probably never use a grill again, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd rather spend a couple extra hours on the taste than speed it up on a grill and burn it. It's difference between smoked and burnt. That's quite a difference. But I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with my plants that are going good. I will keep you all updated on however they're going. The pepper plants, they're flowering. Everything is flowering, no matter if they're this big or 2 feet tall. Everything is flowering. I'm still trying to get the smaller plants up to size. I'm rushing with that. I'm probably doing a little more feed than I should be doing. I might be overdoing them with that. Plucking the flowers off them. I'm trying to get them up to size to produce some more peppers by the end of August at least. You want a good month for most of those milder species of peppers. Your super hots, your ghosts, scorpions, reapers, things like that. You need more time. You need more time to ripen the peppers. So knock on wood, those are the ones doing good for me. Those are the ones that are already up the side. I'm feeding them Blossom Booster at the moment, an organic Blossom Booster. It's really getting them up to size. at the same time producing more flowers on the plants. So we'll get a lot more production out of the plants. They've all been pruned. Way more production out of a pruned plant. I've showed you that in the past videos. Tomatoes, yeah, I got some tomatoes going too. They're doing pretty well. I can't complain. We have a strain going here. I'm gonna try to flip this around and show you folks. Indigo cherry tomatoes. See, those are almost like a black purple color. They will get even darker and turn almost blackish bluish color later on. They're supposed to be, I have not tried one yet, but they're supposed to be super crunchy and sweet, very sweet, almost like those hybrid marbled cherry tomatoes. And they're in 5-gallon buckets. These things, I mean, look at this bad boy on the end over here. I mean, I'm standing over here flat on the ground. This thing is, shoulder height. I mean, they're huge. They're huge plants. I cannot complain at all. I mean, I thought it was a risk when I bought those seeds. Like, I never heard of this thing. It's probably not going to do well. One of my best producing plants so far. And we got some Roma tomato going. And anybody that gardens knows what Romas are. And some of the hybrid marble cherry producing a lot of tomatoes. You can see them all in here, doing really well. I wish I could flip this camera around while I was talking to you folks, but it doesn't allow me to do that. Love the smell of a tomato plant too. When you rub it and smell it, I love that smell. It's almost like cilantro. But don't forget, and you go back to one of my past videos. Go look at it. Go research it. Pluck the suckers. That's a sucker I just took off of there. See? Boom. I'm sure I can find another one to show you. Here you go. See this thing? See this thing right? See, you got your main stalk coming up. You got the main branch here, and you got an off branch. This off branch might produce flowers. This one is producing flowers already. See this little guy coming up in the middle? I've done this video in the past. Snip that little guy out of there. Right out of there. Bink. Take it out. That's called a sucker. This thing will grow to a massive size and never produce a single flower. It sucks the life out of your plant and it produces absolutely nothing. Pluck those out of those forks anywhere you see them on your tomato plants, because it makes a huge difference. And again, in my last videos, I gave him props. Radical Ralph Russo, he's the one that taught me that, and made a huge difference in my plant production. It really has. It's amazing how much energy those things. Here's another one, right? And they form so fast overnight. You'll get a 2-3 inch sucker overnight. See, you got your main limb coming up here. Boom, producing flowers. This limb coming out will produce flowers probably eventually. See this little guy in the middle right there? Right there, that little guy. Ready? Snip, pull it off. You don't want that thing on there. It's a non-essential part of the plant. It is not going to produce. There's another one. I'm going to snip this one off another plant. Gone. They're not going to do anything for you. They're going to take energy and life out of your plant and nutrient and never do a thing. They're not going to produce. Pluck those off when you see them. It's a huge, huge help to your tomato plants, and it's a huge boost to your production level. Again, I apologize for the background noise of the air conditioner going on the back side of the house here on my deck, but as you folks can see, boom, brick siding. It's like living in a convection oven. I don't have a choice. I have to run that thing or you'll die of heat stroke inside. So, yeah, some interesting things coming up. The peppers are going great. I have some plans to sell seeds this year. I have plans to sell ground pepper dust this year. 2 different versions, hot and super hot. Not looking to make money. I'm not making a business out of it, but recoup some of the money I invest into the pepper project. You know, the seeds, the lights, everything else. You know, the pots, the soil. Soil's a huge one, but we'll see what happens with that. And possibly creating a new strain. We'll see how that goes. It's there's a lot of variations to that. There's sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you can get two different things depending on one plant to the other as opposed to one plant to that one. You know what I'm saying? You got A and B plants, so you try to cross it both ways to have two different parent plants and get two different hybrids. But sometimes crosses are stable, and that's where the Carolina Reaper came from, to be honest with you. And that's why the Reapers have some issues when you're growing them. They get some leaf issues. They get some distorted pepper or leaf looking issues. It's a hybrid. Sometimes your hybrids are stable crosses. Sometimes they're unstable crosses. You're not sure what you're going to get. So you hope for the best. It's my first attempt at it. Don't shoot me if it doesn't work. I'm just trying to do something cool and interesting and fun to leave my little signature mark behind me when I'm done. That's all. When I get too old to do this, my kids can have those seeds and say, hey, Dad made this. That's, he made this pepper. Doesn't mean they're going to have the tolerance to eat it like I do. But they'll have a cool strain of pepper in the end that can be reproduced, and I'm doing that now from my buddy Radical Ralph Russo. You find him here on YouTube up in Maine. He has created and it was completed by accident, by natural cross-pollination, I think, his strain of pepper that he has just in his garden. It naturally happened. And I took some of those peppers and reproduced them. I had them last year. I'm growing them this year. Great strain of pepper. I do a cross between a red ember and something else, and phenomenal roasted pepper taste to them. It's really unbelievable. So it can be done. If I can do it, anybody can do it. If anybody's confused on how to do it, shoot me a message. I'll be happy to help you. I just follow simple instructions from what I've seen online and what I've studied. And that's it. It's not rocket science. It's a lot of these crazy peppers that people see and eat. They were just created by somebody messing around like me, And I'm not looking to get famous from it. That's not what I'm trying to do. I always tell you folks, I could care less who notices anything I do. That's not what I'm about. I don't care if anybody even watches this channel. If one person watches it and learns something, that's all I care about. I help that one person who's interested. I don't need 1 million followers. I don't need anybody hitting like buttons and subscribing or anything. I don't care. I do this for fun. I do this out of my own passion to help people, Because if I'm passionate about it, I know there's other people that are too. And if I can help you with some of the basic rules of gardening and stuff like that I can help you improve your project, that's what I'm looking to do. That's all. But yeah, I'm going to go back to my disheveled looking mess and finish smoking my food over here and drinking some tasty beer. That's what I do when I'm home on the weekends and stuck in the house. So it's a good time. All right. Hope you boys and girls have a great day. Hope the weather's been treating you well. I hope you got some good gardening weather. So far, we're looking good moving forward. We got the tropical storm out of the way. Some hot weather coming. Good pepper growing weather coming. And we'll go from there. See what happens. I hope the best for all you folks growing stuff out there. I hope your gardens are going good. I hope you're getting outdoors. I hope you're doing your passions, whether it's camping, hiking, anything. I don't get to do as much as that as I'd like to. But I'll live vicariously through you folks. How's that? Take care, boys and girls. We'll see you soon.